Hey guys, today is going to be a quick little fun video. So one of my subscribers sent me his work, and his name is Loisish. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure if I butchered it. If I did, I'm sorry. But Loisish sent me his dragon and a robot that he completed from my tutorials, and I thought it would be a cool opportunity to review it as a video, so we can maybe take a look at the work and also give good feedback if we can, and then also maybe learn a few different additional tricks in ZBrush. Always an opportunity to explore and try something new. So I'm gonna go ahead and load his file in ZBrush. Let's jump in there. All right, so here's the file, and honestly, when I first loaded this file, I thought maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I accidentally grabbed mine, right? So it's really good. I was really impressed, and I think it's awesome. So for me to give feedback, maybe one way that would be helpful is if I load my dragon. So I loaded my dragon into a different layer, and now there's two of them next to each other, right? Now there's a really cool trick in ZBrush. Now of course I could grab my dragon, for example, and move it aside, right? I can do something like this, and then we can review them side by side. But there's a really cool trick in ZBrush that is not widely used, and that is under transform. If you go under transform, there's something called split screen. If you drag this over and let it go, ZBrush will split screen into two viewports. And now if I kind of center the character, you can see what that looks like, right? So mine is right here on the bottom, and his is up here on top. So whichever one I select, that's going to be the one that shows up on the right side of the screen, which is really interesting. But in this case, let's say I want to have mine on the right and his on the left, so we can kind of start previewing this, right? So now side by side, we can see the major differences. One of the things that I like right away on his model versus the one that I made is I do like the nose just a little bit shorter. I think that's great. I love this little fold, the crease by the nose. Honestly, that adds a lot, and I think that's amazing. I like these folds here. They look very natural and kind of organic. Those are great. And there's kind of more of them, more than the ones that I have. All right, so one of the things I would point out is on mine, I do like deeper eyes. I think they are a little stronger as far as the sculpture goes and just readability, right? These eyes seem maybe a little too plain. So just a little tiny tweak. The other thing that I would say is when I'm looking at the neck here, right? Maybe I didn't do a perfect job as well, but you could see that this, if I was reviewing this for like a studio, I would say this is someone who is relatively new to ZBrush. You could tell right away because the Damien standard has these meetup lines in between, and that's kind of a mistake a lot of times made by new artists or somebody who is either doesn't know or is in a hurry, right? A lot of times I'll do that if I'm rushing. But how would you combat this? And so to show you what I mean is if I go now, this is Loisish model right here. So let's say I grab something like Damien Standard, and let me just start drawing a line, right? And maybe I'll try to match his line, so it's a little deeper and a little larger, right? So something like that. Now, if you start dragging this, and then you do something like this, right? You can see what's happening. So there's the line, and then there's the intersection area, and that creates these kind of deeper lines. So it's very easy to fix because you could just simply go past, and when you meet, either go all the way to the end, so it's nice and consistent, right? And you can see how it reads much cleaner and much better, right? And that would be kind of that would be one small thing that maybe I would try to improve. All right, I like all of these shapes here. I think these are beautiful. And honestly, I don't really have much feedback besides that. So just really maybe clean up these lines in front. Besides that, the model is in my opinion, is beautiful and perfect. And in many ways, there's a couple things that I like even better than on my character. All right, so that's awesome. Now, Losish also sent me a couple renders, so I can pull these up here. And this is one of the renderings, and this is the robot that we'll look at next. All right, so this looks pretty interesting. Obviously, it would be so much fun to see this poly painted, you know, a little more, different colors and such, but really cool to see. All right, so the next character is going to be this robot that Losish also took the time to color, which we did not do in the tutorial. And as you can see, it looks really fun and pretty cool, right? So let's take a look at the zBrush version. All right, and here's the robot character that Losish sent me. And on the left, I again pulled up my character, and on the right is his, so we can just kind of see if I can give any constructive feedback by just looking at the model. So one of the things that I am noticing, just kind of looking from bottom up, the feet look amazing, right? The feet look really good. I have a couple extra things that I added, but I'm not sure. I don't think that's actually was part of the video. So these feet might look a little bit different, but I actually like this a lot too. I like the proportions and the scale and the feel of the character. I like on mine that this has a little more attitude. So, you know, the bend of the arm versus just straight down, I think reads a little better, a little more interesting, right? The proportions of the feet and the pants and the cage and the head is really nice. I do like the head actually being a little bit larger. I think that's really cool. If I start spinning the model, I can see that there's some little imperfections with the pants. So this right here doesn't look quite right? So the bottom of the pants, I know it's a small detail, but just evaluating kind of the quality of the model, right? And the sculpt, I think that should be, you know, adjusted or fixed. The folds look really nice. I think right here, this looks a little bit empty. It's kind of a large space and there's nothing here. So I do like on mine that I have a couple extra folds. I would add some of that detail. All of this is kind of an artistic preference, so it's not really a deal breaker, but I'm just giving you my, you know, my opinion and my point of view. On mine, this is just again a preference. On mine, I love large, exaggerated shapes, so I do like my hands. They're a little bit larger, but Losish did a beautiful job making these hands. And all the pieces look really cool and they work together amazing, right? All right, so beyond that, honestly, I don't really have much feedback. This is pretty incredible for someone who is relatively new and is just starting out and starting to build this level of complexity. So I'm really impressed, and honestly, I'm inspired that you're able to follow my tutorials and build something so amazing. So thank you for sending me these, and whoever's watching this, maybe you have attempted to follow my tutorials as well, and maybe you can compare your work to what you're seeing here. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.